Welcome to the Cork Pork Festival KCBS barbecue competition right here in Covington, Virginia. Join me for this video is my son Steven. His channel is Steven with a V. So we just got pulled in, got an excellent spot to get all set up. Tons of shade during the heat of the day. This is going to be great. So let's get set up. Hey, welcome back to Hematitehomestead. We are right here at the Covington Cork Pork Festival, just like we told you we were going to do. I'm here with my son Steven. Steven from a V, it's his channel. Hematitehomestead, pasture raised coonies. You can find us on Facebook and obviously YouTube. Don't forget about Instagram and TikTok too. Okay. Later on tonight, we're going to get started on tomorrow's competition barbecue, which is pork, chicken, ribs. But tonight we got a couple of special events. One is anything but, and it's exactly that. It's anything except the turn-in items, and we got a special little thing we're going to prepare for you guys. Also, dessert. So with that being said, we got to get dessert cooking. It turns in 7 hours, and we got a lot of cool time that we got to get on it. So let's get busy on that.
Yep.
All right, we all set up here, got our outdoor kitchen going, and I'm actually really pleased with the way we got this set up. Turned out really nice.
It did. Yeah, no thanks to me.
All right, for starters, food safety is always number one. We will never touch food in this competition without gloves on. Tonight's competition is anything but. We talked about a minute ago, and that's anything except chicken, ribs, pork, or brisket. We're in the backyard competition, does not do brisket. We're not doing brisket this year. I think we want to step up the Masters next year because I was really looking forward to putting a nice brisket on the plate. But first year into this, so we'll just ease into it and take it slow, one step at a time. Tonight's competitions are anything but.
Flat iron.
We are going to do a slow cooked flat iron steak pizza. So we'll get to that shortly. But what we're starting off with is dessert. And did you know you can make cheesecake in a grill?
I didn't.
You absolutely can. We did a test run of it a couple of days ago. It's going to go right back here in the pit balls. We got the pit balls warming up for us. If you close the sear plate in the pit balls, it's a lot like an oven. And we're just going to cover the top of the cheesecake so we don't get it burned up. After some reviews on this cheesecake yesterday, we might leave it uncovered for the first half hour or so, let it take on a little bit of smoke. Kind of keeping the theme of the barbecuing thing. But let's get started. All right, so some things we need is a full pan, and we have a silicone cupcake mold, and the full pan is going to hold some water, and that's going to keep the cheesecakes from burning. Man, it smells so good.
It does. Thanks that this is for the competition, otherwise I could just eat this all up myself.
So prep is allowed in this dessert competition, and we prepped this yesterday. Did test run at home, and a little bit worried I didn't make another batch, and I'm afraid that we might not have enough. But actually, looking at that now, I think it is going to be plenty.
I think so.
I'll put the recipe for this cheesecake in the description. And it's just a basic cheesecake. It's got sour cream in it and vanilla, obviously cream cheese and some eggs and sugar. Alright, so it turns out we were not recording. Steven has filled up the pan full of water. We might have a little bit too much in there, then we'll dump a little bit out. And I gave Steven a big spoon of what was left over from the cheesecake, and he said it was delicious. Right, Steven?
Yeah, it was good. Can't wait to lick the bowl.
It was good.
Oh yeah, it was delicious. Yes.
You got some on your mustache.
Saving it for later.
Alright, so this will sit down in here. Alright, I just opened it. We're at 325, so I got my deflector in there, which is just the top of an aluminum pan that I like to use. It works just fine for dissipating the heat and preventing hot spots. And we're at 325 right here. We're going to put the cheesecake right here. I do have a little bit of smoke, and we're going to let the cheesecake stay uncovered for the first half hour and take on a little bit of that smoke. So very carefully, we're going to place it right here. Very carefully. Try and keep it just in this location because this is where the temperature is that I want it. Temperature varies throughout the whole thing. I want to cook this at 325, which is on this probe right here. All right, let's get closed up. All right, part 2 of day number 1. We just took the cheesecake out. It's been going for about an hour. Got a little bit of smoke on it. We're going to let that rest for half an hour and toss it in the cooler. And Steven's trying to not be in the camera. Get around here and get in the camera, Steven.
I'm there.
Again, Steven with the V. Check out his YouTube channel if you like vlogging, motorcycle riding, video game playing, wrestling,
Pretty much.
and barbecue competition.
Yep, now.
All right, so part number 2. We're going to do a flat iron steak barbecue pizza, and step 1 of that is to get the flat iron steak on the smoker. And I'm expecting it to take about 2 hours. We're going to be shooting for about 196 to 200 degrees on it so we can pull it apart. We're not going to shred it in small pieces. I want nice biteable pieces on the steak. And the flat iron steak is well marbled, a lot of fat in it, so it needs some cook time to break that stuff down. See all the fat in there? Flat iron steak. I'm going to use Dizzy Pig Cow Lick. It's one of my favorites. I'm going to let Steven pick it up because I've already touched meat with both hands, which you shouldn't do. You should only do meat one hand and keep the other hand dry at all times. But I messed up, and I'll try and get better.
That's why it's nice to have extra set of hands.
What do you think, Steven?
I think it looks good.
I'm making a huge mess. I'm getting this stuff everywhere.
If it wasn't raw, I'd eat it right now. That's how good it looks.
All right, we were about 170 on these flat iron steaks. I'm not real crazy about how long it's taking. I'm going to wrap them in some foil and a little bit of butter, give them some richness, and keep it from drying out. They're getting pretty dry.
Yeah, I see that.
Close it. And I'm pretty happy with that. It's feeling like it's getting kind of tender. I'm happy with that too. Get rid of this. I'm going to put them real tight together. Couple pats of butter on each, and we're going to double wrap these. And that butter is going to get a little bit of richness and help it get some fat and get some tenderness. So right back in the smoker, we're gonna go with that.
And we're focused on the pizza. I feel like we need a bigger table. Oh shoot.
What's that? Everybody saw that. Out here. Squinch it in a little bit. That's okay because it's going to have to be squinched in anyway. Can you fold that end over? Kind of like this.
Oh yeah, record the screen's not on the back.
Ugh.
Oof. I hope this is recording. The screen's not on the back. The light's blinking though. Alright, well look at that, guys. That's one good looking pizza. The judges aren't going to know what to do. Woohoo!
Alright, we have exactly 1 hour and 5 minutes to get it turned in.
Should only take about 15 minutes total to cook this pizza. But you know what we need to start now? We need to start that cheesecake.
Oh yeah.
Howdy.
Ah. Alright, there's one down.
Ah. We are pushing it.
Yeah, we've totally lost track of time. We hadn't even started our pizza yet, and we got 50 minutes to have it turned in.
Oh, good grief.
But the pizza should only take 15 minutes to cook.
That was a good one.
Alright.
Alright, you're going to do this?
Yeah, I can do this.
Okay, you do that. I'm going to start putting the pizza on. This part of the night got really crazy for us. Steven and I totally lost track of time, worrying about prep for the next day and a few other things, and we totally forgot about the pizza and the cheesecake. Turn-in time was 50 minutes away, and we hadn't even started building these things yet, so we had to get on it. This was a mad rush for us.
Yeah, we're making a s'mores cheesecake for our dessert turn-in.
Wow.
Everybody else is going to turn in some stupid fruit thing, and we're going to have cheesecake.
That sounds a lot better than something.
Yeah, the pizza kind of slid all to one side, so I had to do a little bit of rearranging here to get it presentable.
The grilling, outdoor camping thing.
Right. S'mores cheesecake sounds amazing.
Oh, it was. I went up to his house last night to get everything loaded. We tried it.
Steven's in the back there melting the chocolate to go into the s'mores cheesecake. You can hear him talking to his family back there. His mom and his grandma and his sister showed up, and we were so far behind, he put them to work.
Turn-in's at what, 7?
Yep.
You got time.
I mean, other than this looking like crap, I think it turned out really nice.
Then we'll just eat the vegetarian portion.
Yeah.
The judges need the meat.
Alright, after that mad rush, I somehow, some way, got this thing cut into 6 equal slices and put on this cake pan for presentation. Topped it with some chopped green onion and chopped cilantro to give it some freshness. And you know what? I didn't even get to taste this. All the meat is slid off of one side of it, and I had to rebuild it after it came out of the grill. And I didn't even get a taste of this thing. So be sure you're checking out the next episode. This video is going to be way too long to keep going, and we will let you know how we did on this pizza. So we'll snap straight to dessert. Cameras were off, man. We were in a mad rush to get this stuff put together to turn in, and we just barely made it in time. Wasn't crazy about this. The cheesecake was a little dry for me, and I think we overcooked a little bit, but it is what it is.
The ceremonial torch.
Like the bottom of it. Fire burn up.
Here we go.
All right, now set that right on top. All right, now about 30 minutes from now, we'll dump it in there and we'll be good to go.
All right.